Today I wanted to talk about the discus throw and at what point does the right leg shorten. When I mean shorten, let's take a look at Valerie Allman here on the left and Josie Schaefer on the right. Um, let's take a look at Valerie Allman first. See, the right leg is sweeping around and it's long and straight, creating that maximum radius. And then at what point does it shorten where the foot goes below the knee? And it looks like it's this angle, this pretty much 90-degree angle here, where it's shorter, so now it can rotate faster, is the moment this foot, the left push-off foot, comes off the ground. It's already at the maximum bend. It's not going to really bend anymore. So I always try to look for cues. I wasn't really sure at what point this happens, but now we know. By the time that left foot comes off, that right leg bend is already there. And let's take a look at Josie Schaefer and see what happens if it's similar. There's the left foot just comes off right there. And you can see she's got the full, pretty much 90-degree angle here. The foot is below the knee. Now, again, that's really important because here we have the maximum radius. We're building up that inertia, keeping the limbs as wide and long as we can. We got the long left arm, long right foot, our right leg, and then the leg shortens. It shortens, really important that it shortens here because this is the time in the air where you have no support, both feet are in the air, and this is when the lower body can turn the fastest. And to do that, you need that shorter limb on the right leg. So there's your sprint. When they talk about sprinting into the circle, now you can see both ladies doing it right here. I wanted to talk maybe a little bit more since we have a little more time, and I got both videos up here. This shoulder to left hip relationship, Josie Schaefer has it just a little bit. The shoulder's a little bit ahead. You see Valerie Allman's got it, actually the shoulder's a little bit, maybe even behind the hip. She's actually got this little curve on the side here. So I think that makes her a lot more rotational getting into the center. So it's kind of creating this axis here for her to rotate around this left side. Let's see what happens when Josie Schaefer goes in. Similar. I mean, let's see the right foot landing. Pretty much right there. Valerie Allman right there. Well, yeah, you could see a difference here in the lean. You could see Valerie Allman's got quite a bit more lean inside, which she'll maintain as she rotates around, so she can keep her upper body back, so she doesn't have the upper body go forward into the throw. Let's take a look at Josie Schaefer as she lands here. A little more upright. I think you can really see it here in the shin angle and the body angle. Let's take a look at Valerie Allman, how she is here, right here. Yeah, she's got quite a bit more body and shin angle. You see how they match the parallel. Josie Schaefer's a little bit taller. I assume. I think she's pretty tall. So maybe that's why she's standing up a little more higher here, a little bit more higher. Her left foot doesn't quite come down the same as Valerie Allman's either. Let's take a look at that left foot. See how Valerie Allman's got that knee and that foot outward? And here's her saddle position. She's got her head on the outside of her right knee. Let's take a look at Josie Schaefer here. Yeah, you can see here her knee is actually in. Her foot is out, but she's got that knee in, so she's going to have to rotate that left foot to get that knee out. You can see the rotation. Where Valerie Allman's already there. She saved that time right there. See, it's already landed in the position she wants. All she has to do now is straighten it up. much faster than having to land it and rotate it like Josie Schaefer does here. I wanted to take a look just when that left foot lands. Where is everything? There's the toe. Okay. And there's, okay, now they're both in the same position. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more upright here. Less bend in the shin angle here. Then we have the knee and the foot being more closed off. What this does too, having this knee inward at the left foot landing, you see where the hips are? So Josie Schaefer doesn't have quite as much separation, because if this foot and knee were rotated out more toward the throwing direction, this left hip would be back, and the hips would be more open. Now look at Valerie Allman, the same exact timing, because this knee and foot are outward toward the throwing direction. You can see how much more separation she has between her shoulders back at 12 o'clock and her hips now toward the camera. See, Josie Schaefer's hips are not toward the camera. They're more out this way, about instead of 9 o'clock, maybe 10 or even 11 o'clock. So, yeah, some big differences here. The other thing here I wanted to look at was this left arm. Josie Schaefer comes up with a long left arm. This is kind of how I've always learned to do it too, long and then short, because when it's long, again, you have that long limb, so that it slows the rotation of the upper body, so the lower body can keep ahead. And then Valerie Allman has that short arm from right here, and with the bent elbow, and then it just gets a little bit shorter, and so it's very fast, very rotational. Or Josie Schaefer throws it out about the same time the left foot lands. Actually, a little bit later. Let's see. Yeah, there's the toes are down, but the left arm is still not up to the front yet. It's only here. Let's take a look when Valerie Allman gets that left arm to the front. Yeah, pretty much. It's much faster. You can see as soon as that left toe's down, that left elbow is already facing the throwing direction. And here with Josie Schaefer, see, as soon as the left toe lands, the elbow and arm are still way back. Normally you want to get that left arm out to the front. See the delay? I don't know. Maybe these are the differences between 186-foot throw for Josie Schaefer and about 234, 235 for Valerie Allman. Some of these little differences. Also, this notice Josie Schaefer comes around with this big arch here on the side. Let's take a look at Valerie Allman in that same position. Get her upper body around a little bit more. You see how straight she is? Oh, you can see it from right here to start. See how straight she is from head to toe? Very straight back. And she just maintains that all the way through. No bending, no arching. See how straight this is? I think that's a much more powerful position than getting this backward C. See the arch right here? Valerie Allman's able to get this high release. Let's watch the discus come from here up to here. Her hand follows straight through the discus. She's able to maintain that high release because she has this backward lean here. She's able to do that because of this bent right leg, which allows her to lean backward. Josie Schaefer also has the backward lean. This is the foot right here. The right foot's not quite as vertical, so the knee doesn't drop down quite as much. Let's see the rotation. Okay, so I'm right here. She's straight. She's got a straight head to foot. Oh, except her left leg's not as straight, is it? Let's take a look here. I guess it's the same right there. It's bent, then it comes around bent and lands bent. Okay. So yeah, it's right here. She gets this reverse C here, and then it just stays there. It kind of drives the hips forward, but keeping the upper back, but the center, the hips and the center moves forward. Where in Valerie Allman, it all turns at once. right here. I don't think Valerie Ullman has that. Yeah, she's straight, and then it's straight. So she has no curve here at the waist, which is a weaker position. You won't see tennis players do that either. They'll keep a straight torso here, straight spine, because it's a much more powerful position. Once you start bending here at the waist, you're in a weaker position. So I would keep that straighter. Here's the moment just for release. Discus is facing the camera. Okay, go back one frame right here. Let's compare the positions. Yeah, right. Go back a little bit more. One frame. Valerie Ullman right here. Okay. Yeah, they're both looking up, but you can see Valerie Ullman is perfectly straight. Very powerful. Foot's vertical, knees bent. She's driving that right hip around. They're in a similar position. It's just this the reverse C position. You see the difference, I think. Both got the heel up on the left foot. Okay, that's pretty much what I wanted to mostly talk about was the what is the cue for when is that right leg bend, and it's when that left foot comes off, you want that right leg to be at that 90-degree bend. That's the cue. You can see both of them doing, even though they have other differences, you can see them both hitting that same position just as that foot leaves. So they can shorten and then rotate into the landing very quickly. Okay? All right, hope that helps.